The point I'm trying to make here is if you have a map and you flip it upside down, it's harder to see the things that you already know. Because relearning something that you already know takes a lot of fucking energy. In your dating life, you've been painted a map of how dating works by society. Another map you might have been given is just be yourself. So you showed up, you were here shy, anxious, and then you went back to society and said, man, this map is kind of fucked up. This map isn't helping me get what I want. Do you actually want to make the change? Do you actually want to redraw it? I don't know. I don't know if you do, because it takes a lot of effort. It probably takes 2 or 3 times more effort to redraw the map. Let me offer you a different map. Those people at the club are also worried about fitting in with their social group, the same way you're worried about fitting in with your friends. So what I challenge you to do is to walk into that club again, and instead of looking at how you perceive them, try to look at that by flipping it upside down, looking at it from their point of view, seeing how it might be. Make the effort to redraw the map a little bit. Nigga, sample shot, what, sample shot. I'm gonna say something crazy to you right now. Here's what I'm gonna say. You don't even wanna learn social dynamics, man. You think you do, but you don't. You are lying to yourself. How do I know that? Because you're doing everything possible to fail with women in dating. Everything possible to not get your dream guy. Everything possible to not get success at your job and get promoted. Everything possible to not walk into a room and own it. Now that sounds crazy, but the reason why I'm saying that is because it's hard for everyone. Once you learn the way the world works, it's very hard to redo that and the imagination of what it looks like in your mind. You ever heard of herd mentality or a cow path? That's when a bunch of cows walk one direction and all the other cows follow in that footstep. Now to change and go a different direction is a bit of a challenge. So it's not easy to do. That's called redoing your mind map. Now today in this video, I'm gonna explain to you what a mind map is and how to reprogram it fast and quickly so you get all the results that you claim to want, that I know deep down in your soul you actually desire. This is gonna be a fucking game changer. Stay tuned, let's do it. So I'm going to talk about something that is going to explain why it's so hard to make a change for you, or anybody for that matter. Why it's so difficult to make any kind of change. So what I want you to do right now, in your mind, okay, just close your eyes for a second. We'll do a little thought experiment. Close your eyes, and everybody put your hand on the lap of your neighbor. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Guys over there, got my eyes on you. All right, look. Okay, everybody close your eyes for a second and just picture the map of the world. Picture the globe, where Asia is, where China is, Europe, a little bit of Africa there, Australia. Just picture it in your mind, okay? All right, now, okay, open your eyes. Now what I want you to do, in your mind, open your eyes. Now we're gonna do this little experiment. I'm gonna flip that map upside down. Now, if that map was upside down, could you pick out Australia?
Yes.
Confidently. Okay, who could confidently pick out Italy? Like a couple, okay? Who could confidently pick out Cuba? Like, it's harder, right? So, the point I'm trying to make here is if you have a map and you flip it upside down, it's harder to see the things that you already know. It's like you're trying to relearn something that you already know. And nobody wants to do that. Because relearning something that you already know takes a lot of fucking energy. Tons of energy to relearn what you already know. So nobody wants to do that.
We've given one professional bike rider the chance to master his senses and do what our brains tell us is impossible. Ride a backwards bicycle.
So tell us, what have you been doing with this bike?
The first time I got on it, I wasn't able to go a foot. Couldn't get my feet to the pedals. Steering was very counterintuitive. It was certainly like being a 5-year-old again.
Your brain automatically wants to use this pathway that is previously built. So not only are you learning a new skill, you're overcoming this old skill.
You ready to give it a shot?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
And after 2 weeks of dedicated practice, Charles conquered his brain.
Great job, Charles.
Thank you.
That was amazing. So those 2 weeks of practice paid off, huh?
Absolutely.
But what do you think will happen when Charles climbs back on his own personal bike?
Come on, Charles. Come on, Charles. Wow.
Charles' motor memory fails him after only a few feet.
So this is a really incredible example of what we call neuroplasticity. So researchers have found that your ability to learn and relearn different motor tasks are linked to a particular part of the brain called the cerebellum. And what this area does is it compares what we're trying to do with what we've done in our past. And so it slowly updates the pathways as we learn new skills. So now you're stuck with this new pathway and it's difficult to ride your bike.
What's the point I'm making here? Are we drawing maps? No. Let's talk about your social life. Let's talk about your dating life, for example. In your dating life, you've been painted a map of how dating works by society. And society has told you, get a car, get a house, get a haircut, go to the gym, pop bottles at the club, okay? And that's the map that they've taught you. And you could try that map. And I did, up until about the age of 24. And guess what? If you're like me, that map probably fails you. I watched all the Disney movies, bro. I did everything in the Disney movies. And the first thing the Disney movies taught me is that if she doesn't love me, love what?
Love her more.
Love her more. Love her harder. If I just love harder, the person that I love will get the idea. They're not, you know what, they don't understand. I just need to love them harder. Love them harder. That didn't work. The person just gets scared and runs away. So another map you might have been given is just be yourself. So you showed up. You were your shy, anxious, nerdy self, shitting your pants, and for some reason that wasn't attractive. So just be yourself didn't work. And then you went back to society, you said, man, this map is kind of fucked up. This map isn't helping me get what I want. And society said, shh, you naughty boy, don't disrespect the map. We took a lot of time drawing this map. We made movies about this map.
Delivery, Andy. Andy! Oh my God!
Where do you want these?
Wait, 100 times more beautiful than 100 roses.
Catchy. The guy's in advertising.
Take the lady's luggage back to her place. She has alternate transportation.
We made t-shirts about this map. We're selling a lot of booze because of this map. We're selling a lot of alcohol. This vodka here in the club that costs a lot of money, we sell it based on the map. Don't fuck with the map. This is how dating works, okay? This is how love works. But the map is wrong. The thing is, it takes a really long time to redraw it. It's really hard to redraw it. And this is the map of dating. So you come in this room, you're like, man, maybe you follow my stuff and the rest of the team stuff. You're like, man, I tried dating. I tried it the way I've been taught and it doesn't work. Do you actually want to make the change? Do you actually want to redraw it? I don't know. I don't know if you do, because it takes a lot of effort. It probably takes 2 or 3 times more effort to redraw the map the correct way, which is going to be upside down. To take things that you thought were right and look at it from a different point of view. I'll give you an example. I went to the gym the other day. There's this cool gym around the area. I think it's called Explosive Fitness. I went there. It's a good gym. And before, when I got there, I took the Uber. Now, I ended up just walking through my GPS. My GPS told me where to walk. And I didn't realize I can go from the gym, the National Mall, to the gym, to Presna Banana, to like Palladium to like my place. I'm like, oh damn, I didn't even know this connection existed. Now here's the thing. If somebody told me the connection, like if somebody told me I could have just walked to the gym, do you think I would have done it? No, exactly, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I have to like figure it out. Let me just do the Uber because I know at least how the Uber works. So our brains are always trying to conserve energy, not to learn something new. It's easier to do the same thing over and over that other people have done. Our brains don't want to like learn things new. We want to look at what people have done beside us and just copy that. So in the same way that I didn't want to, learn to walk from the gym and take the Uber, the same way your brain hears things like the concept we talk about. Your brain might hear, don't approach from behind. Don't approach somebody from behind. Don't go meet a stranger from behind. But for some reason, you always walk up behind. Because walking up behind is easier. It saves energy. It doesn't give you the result that you want, but it saves energy. It's so hard for us to draw a new map. Okay? Now these maps that I'm talking about are social intelligence maps, social IQs. These maps are so important, but we just don't want to do them. Now here's how you have your maps. But also, here's the crazy thing. People that you're dating also have their maps. People that you want to meet have their maps. So I'll give you a story. The good story of Oslo. We'll mute out the country. Okay, so the good story. Story of a country in Scandinavia. Has anybody been there, by the way? Okay, cool. Anybody lived in Scandinavia? You guys? You did?
I live currently.
You live there. Where do you live?
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, okay. People are always like, it's kind of Scandinavia, it's more Nordic. Okay, it's still Copenhagen, okay. Did you know that if you're in like Oslo, for example, and you ask somebody on a date, if they like you, they'd actually probably say no to the date. It's crazy. It blows my mind. We experienced this a couple weeks ago. So we were in Oslo, and there's a girl that's a DJ, okay? She's a pretty popular DJ, and she's, we match on Tinder. I end up sending her a DM. We're talking in the DM messages, and I'm like, let's go grab a coffee. She's like, sure. We go grab a coffee, everything's fun. We're like, talking, we leave the place, we're holding hands, walking down the street, everything's great. She says, I have a DJ show tomorrow, I want you to come. I go, great, she comes to this DJ show. I'll come through with my friends. By the way, I'm gonna bring my 4 assistants and my 5 boot camp students. Can you get 9 dudes in? She's like, okay. I'm rolling with the sausage party. She gets 9 guys in, okay? I'm like, cool, it's amazing, have a great time. Next day, I'm like, let's hang out. She's like, I'm a little sick today, but how about the day after? I'm like, cool. I go to ask her on a date, nothing. And she's like, whoa, that's a bit too much for me. You're a nice guy, I'd love to hang out. I think you're wonderful. I'd love to hang out, but it's a bit too much. I go, a date? A date is a bit too much? And so we ask a couple people, and we ask a couple of friends of ours, and our friends will say, like, yeah, it's in Oslo, it's mostly a hookup culture. People just don't talk about emotions. They don't talk about their feelings. It's bad to talk about it. It's like weird. Because also in Scandinavia, some parts, it has something called, my bad at pronunciation of it, it's called like janteloven. Anybody know about this? It's like you don't talk about your feelings or emotions, you don't seem better than the other person, okay? It's like in the culture. So that's bad, talk about feelings and emotions. And it's also bad to, it's also very bad to like then go and ask somebody on a date. What they do is they just hook up. They just all get drunk. They drink until they get Viking drunk, until it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And when they're all crazy, they just grab somebody and they just go home together. And that's how it works. Maybe like they're hanging out a little bit, but not like actively like as you say, like trying to really create chemistry here. Just like around each other, drunk, go home. Don't talk about it. Maybe do that again. Don't talk about feelings, and then maybe you're dating somebody. Maybe you have a boyfriend. That's how it works. Now you're thinking, that's great. No, it's actually horrible, because you can't tell the person you like them. You can't be like, oh, I want to kiss you so badly right now. There's none of that. So with this girl, I told her that I wanted to go on a date with her, and she'd regressed. Because it was what? Too much. It was completely against her map. Her map, yes or no? Yes. Completely against her map. And so it would take too much energy to change the map. She would rather miss out on the guy that she actually likes than reprogram her map, to rechange her map. So I want you to think about what are some of the maps that you have in your dating life. What are some of the maps that you have that are holding you back? Because there's definitely a few. If there was none, you wouldn't be here. What are some of the maps you have? I'll tell you one. One of the maps you have is that people at tables in clubs with bottles are all stuck up. Here's even a better one. You go to a high-end venue, a high-status club, and you feel like you don't belong there. You don't fit in. Anybody ever go to Moon Club here? Anybody ever not go to Moon Club? Show of hands? Okay. So I would say Moon Club is kind of a higher-end venue. It's not the high-status one, but it's a higher end. You will go to this place, you'll see people in suits and blazers, you'll see women in cocktail dresses and high heels. And if you're used to going to college bars, you're gonna feel like you don't fit in Moon Club. Because you're gonna say, everybody here is so stuck up, look at them spending money, trying to be fancy. Oh, they've ordered a bottle of Moet, bottle of champagne, who needs that? Trying to show off. Ugh, I don't like it here. I don't like the people here. You're not gonna say it's you, you're gonna say it's them. I don't like the people here. No, gross. Ugh, they're so full of themselves. We're better. We're better. We're gonna go to the college bar. We're better. We're gonna go to Roxy. We're gonna go to James Dean bar. We're better. Okay, we don't need that fancy club. We don't need that fancy club. We don't have to show off. Ugh, we don't have to show off. We're not fancy. We're not trying to be fancy. Ugh. But really, what that is, it's a fear. Okay, because you believe that those people will be better than you. That's your map at the current moment. Let me offer you a different map that might be a little bit hard for you to draw, but let me offer it to you. A different map is those people that are at the club have problems just like me and you, man. They all got problems. Those same people at the club all have an aunt or uncle who is suffering from mental disease. They all have an aunt, uncle, or sister, or brother who has cancer. The same way you and I do. Somebody in our family is sick. They all have that too. Those people at the club are also worried about fitting in with their social group. The same way you're worried about fitting in with your friends. And you're not sure your friends always like you, or you can get new friends. They are also afraid of losing their friends, people at the club. So maybe they're drinking to fit in. Maybe they're doing what their friends want to do to fit in. Maybe they don't even want to be at the club. Maybe they want to be home reading a book. But being at the club is what their friends want to do. So they're just trying to fit in. Maybe those people at the club are drinking because they fucking hate their life. They've worked Monday all the way to Friday, and they finally got out of work, and they hate their life. They're like, my boss is a jerk. My life is not fun. I work all week just to get a little bit of money so I can go and finally party on the weekend. Maybe that's what's happening. Who knows? But if you walk over to that club and you look at the people in there based on your own map, you're never going to see the situation for what it is. So what I challenge you to do is to walk into that club again, and instead of looking at how you perceive them, try to look at that by flipping it upside down, looking at it from their point of view, seeing how it might be. Make the effort to redraw the map a little bit. And you can do that very simply by just meeting new people without an idea of who they are. Go up, talk to them, chat to them. You'd be surprised. I'd say maybe not half, but like 10 to 20% of the time, if you approach a bunch of guys at a table and you just appreciate them, instead of judging them, you just appreciate them and want to learn about them, you want to redraw the map, these guys are going to buy you alcohol, give you a shot, give you a drink. Like 10 to 20% of the time you walk up to a table, the dude will be like, man, I like you. Have a shot. Put your head back. Have a shot. And you're like, oh, okay, I don't even drink alcohol, but fine. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy what'll happen. But we have to make the effort to redraw our maps, these social maps that we have. So through each phase of your learning here, you're gonna learn to redraw different stages of your maps. The first map you probably redraw is that talking to strangers is bad. You probably feel like talking to strangers is bad. Raising your voice is bad. Speaking up is bad. You might feel it's bad. So you have to redraw that map. There is another map that you learn, which is being polarizing and making jokes and edgy humor. It's not that bad. You have to relearn that map and draw that, especially if you've been brought up in a very strict society, a very strict culture. If you're brought up in like an Asian or Indian household or religious household, right? You were taught that, so you have to learn to redraw that map for yourself. There's another map you have to learn to redraw. It's like physical affection. That's one that Jesse was talking about before. Jesse was very, very, very bad at hugging strangers. So I made him hug me over and over and over again, and that was his training. And we took pictures of him, and he saved it on the background of his phone. So every time he looked at it, he'd be like, oh, that map is gross. That map is horrible, right? So eventually he reprogrammed his mind to do it, right? So you'll learn that maybe physicality can be enjoyable for you. Maybe you'll learn also that you deserve some physicality, you deserve some affection. Maybe you'll learn it's nice to share affection with other people, right? You'll learn that map. And the maps go on and on and on. Maybe you'll learn a map of boundaries, man. Maybe you're a complete pushover and you're way, way, way too nice to people. And people are constantly taking advantage of you and you think it's being friendly. Maybe you lend people money. I can imagine you lend your friends money and you're not that good at getting the money back because you're trying to be a nice person and help them out. But every time you help somebody, it hurts you. Does that sound like you? A little bit? Maybe? It could. I know it's a lot of people. I know it was me. So you try to help people, but they step all over you, and you end up like wasting your time and disrespecting yourself. And you're constantly teaching people how to treat you in the bad way. And maybe you're stuck in that pattern. You have to learn boundaries and standards. You have to learn how to say no. You have to learn the definition of no. You have to learn that when you say no, you're actually helping yourself, so you can save energy and then help other people. Imagine, that was one that was tough for me, that map. I was very, very bad at saying no. I don't think I'm the greatest at it still. I think I still have a lot of work. I'm very, very giving. But sometimes I say yes a little too often. And if I say yes too often, then I'm out of energy for Skype coaching clients. I can't give the most to my students, right? Like every single day, I'll get approached maybe online and face-to-face 5 to 10 times a day. And if I have the 30-minute conversation that everybody wants to have, I would be talking to strangers for 2 to 3 hours a day. Now, if I did that and I come to the free tour like this, and I'm like, hey guys, I've already been thinking for 3 hours today, my voice is blown out, and then I can't share with you. So the thing that I have to do is I have to say no to some people so I can share with the vast majority. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, good. So that'll make sense for you as well. So that's a map that I had to redraw. And you'll have other maps that you have to redraw as well. So the point is this: where do you even start? Where do you even start with all this? Very simple. Start with a small change. It's very hard to find the energy to redraw it all. Start with a small change. Start with one thing that you're afraid of, one thing that challenges you, and learn to reassociate and redraw that map. So I was never into people that were into yoga. I always found these yoga people very strange. These people that like go to Bali, you know, they go to Bali and you usually see them at the airport with like the elephant pants, we call them. You know, they go to India, they go to Bali for enlightenment, and like they come back with like a bunch of quartz crystals. I always found that very strange. And so this week I challenged myself to go to a yoga event my friend was putting on and sit around with these people. I challenged myself to do that and just enjoy it, just see what it's about without any preconceived notions. I wanted to redraw my map. And now it's actually kind of cool. There's some things about it I don't like, there's some things about it I like. And then I'm open to influences, I'm open to learning more. And I could be open to going to Bali. I want to go to Bali one day. That'd be a lot of fun. So learning how to redraw that map. You know, for yourself here, you decide to come sit in a room with a bunch of guys, which some people wouldn't do. They'd be like, oh man, it's gonna be weird, man. And then I'm gonna go out in the hallway and all these guys are gonna try to talk to me. And like all these thoughts can be going through your mind. But you decided to come here and be open-minded and redraw your map a little bit and see it from another perspective. That's great. In fact, a lot of the issues we have would be not that bad if we learned to just look at other people's sides. War, if we just sat down and talked about challenging issues, you know? Men's rights movements, feminists, we just sat down and just talked about it. We looked at the person's point of view, the other side. Right? So it does take energy to do it. It's worth it. Just start with something small. Start with one way in the day you can challenge yourself to look at somebody else's point of view. Because if you look at somebody else's point of view, they're going to feel appreciated, you're going to grow, and also everybody's going to learn so much more. All right? Welcome back. Wasn't that some gangsta? Shh. Speaking of gangsta-ish, we're at the mural right now of all the gangsters, so it's a fitting place for that. I want to tell you this, man. This was important to me. My life was forever changed by learning this information, and I'm so happy that you have it now too, because what it does is it allows you to free yourself from the jail cell of your mind. We get to break down the four corners and just completely expand that box. My goal in this video today was to take you on a journey through your mind so you can understand why it's doing the things that it does and control it better. That really all comes down to awareness, being able to read people, read yourself, and the ability to make new blueprints and brand new mind maps at your own will. Now, I go into this in extreme detail in something that I call social IQ, which is a concept and a bunch of theories I've been working on for the last few years. And it goes into social awareness, the ability to read people, the ability to walk into a room and just own it and be a social god, understanding why you do certain things that you do, taking a look at, if you were in a job situation or a conference, the ability to walk into that room and just own it. Own it at the conference and feel free and network and just be everything you want it to be. So this is the idea of social IQ, which I'll be breaking down in more videos as time goes on. People don't realize that intelligence makes all of your skills better. You might have been watching our videos about social dynamics and thinking that you're applying it well. If you understood social IQ, you can take those same skills, apply them at the right time, in the right environment, in the right contact, and you can triple your results just by being aware of that. So this is what I want you to know and I want you to be aware of in the videos coming up. They're gonna be really, really great. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, get the notifications on so you can be alerted of these new videos when they do come out over the next few weeks. You don't want to miss these. We'll actually put a little playlist of these right here so you can go ahead and watch the whole series as it unfolds, all right? Now, again, as always, thank you very much for watching. This video helped you share it with a friend. As always, keep in touch and don't be a stranger. Cheers. Would you like me to personally help you get rid of procrastination permanently? Get you clarity so you can figure out what you even want in your life and then reprogram your brain so you have the courage to move forward on your path and purpose. What about new habits so you automatically move towards your goals instead of running away all the time? My name's Madison, and for the first time ever, I'm opening up my exclusive one-on-one VIP Skype mentor program to the world. Now, this is the same #1 personalized, long-term coaching that my students have been getting success with for years now. For the next 2 months, I'm gonna be directly in your life, in your corner, cheering you on, and fighting for you, most importantly, giving you step-by-step feedback and support.
My mindset has changed completely. I can see it and I feel it. It's crazy. And I can see how all the social intelligence applies to that new job that I'm looking to do and how it's gonna push me even more. And I'm so stoked. It's gonna give me a reason to go out more and shake more hands and meet more people.
Oh man. Seriously, you guys gave me the tools, and seriously, everything, all the techniques and skills, I can learn that on my own, but I feel so much freer, looser, happier. I'm more social now to my family and everybody.
Right now, you might not be able to see the light that's at the end of the tunnel, and there's no shame in that, okay? No matter how scared you are and how scared you happen to be, you will no longer be alone because I'm be there helping you through it all, fighting for you. All you have to do is click the link next to this video and fill out a short and easy application so you can see if you're a good fit for the mentoring. Then we'll be reaching out to you very, very soon. It's important that you understand this is coaching that's extremely personalized. And because I'm there with you, really going deep and really forming a bond with you, there's only a limited amount of spots available, 10 at a time to be exact. So I don't want you to miss out. Don't wait on this another second. Click the link. Let's change your life together. I'm excited to help you.